What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who have made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall, to those C-suite and senior level positions. My name is Ryan Williams, and today is a little different. Today is a Q&A session. So I put out on LinkedIn, I said, hey, I'm a CISSP. I've been in cybersecurity for a while. I'd like to answer your questions. Just let me know what you need from our channel. So with that being said, Kay Morrison wrote in via LinkedIn. So remember, you can also submit your cybersecurity questions to any of my socials. So I'm at RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy, pretty much everywhere. So LinkedIn, Clubhouse, TikTok, IG, Twitter. And you can also hit us up on our Facebook group, which is The Other Side of the Firewall, as well as our YouTube channel, which is The Other Side of the Firewall. So many avenues to ask your questions. I kind of want to wait and compile as many as possible, but this one was pretty good. And I'm pretty impatient, so I had time and I wanted to answer it. So without further ado, Kay Morrison via LinkedIn asks, as someone new to cybersecurity, is there any remote opportunities that I could do while overseas? Is there something I could do on my own? So the answer is yes and yes, right? So I pulled up your LinkedIn profile, did a little OPSEC chat test. You didn't know that was going to happen. Well, I'm over here checking. And it's all good. Like, you did a good job. I know where you're at, which helps me out to let you know what you can and cannot do in that area, at least what I perceive you can and cannot do. So don't sue me. I kid. But I thought you did a pretty good job, Kay Morrison. So I know that you're in the Air Force. I know that you're stationed in Okinawa, Japan. Congratulations. I've been trying to get Japan my whole career. I've never lucked out, but closest I got was Alaska. So while you're over there, definitely enjoy your time being overseas. Don't work too hard, is what I'm trying to say. So, okay. So I listed 4 different things I think you can do. And obviously there's a lot more that you could do, but these are the 4 things that came to my mind immediately. So thing number 1, go to your base education center and let them know that you're Security Plus certified, and that you're an IT guy and you want to teach a boot camp or a class. So I know there's plenty of slots that open up. It's all about appetite. So I try to do the same thing while in Turkey. They definitely do have the slots, but I have to wait until they have enough people ask for the class. So that's something that you should look into. If they don't already offer that opportunity, perhaps you pitch it to them. Say, hey, listen, I know this is an in-demand class. I know that you have members here on base that need to be 85, 70 qualified to touch the network. I'm certified. I have experience, and I would love to start training people. So with all that being said, you probably can slide in that way. Remember, you have a captive audience. Especially when you're overseas, you don't necessarily have people who can just go off base and buy a boot camp because of the language barrier and things of that nature. So you have plenty of opportunity and you could definitely seize it. With that being said, if that is something that's not kind of in the cards right now, maybe they have enough instructors, I would suggest going to the Family Readiness Center and asking to either sign up for their resume writing class or get a personal consultation on your resume and just start building that thing out. So a lot of jobs that you're going to try to find online will require a pretty good resume because there's so many resumes out there. There's so many job seekers, especially in these COVID times. People want to work remotely if at all possible to stay safe. So you're going up against a lot of people. You need to have a very competitive resume. So when they help you out, you want to build a master resume. So you want to list all your experience. That way you kind of figure out what areas are weak, what areas you can work on. Just build out everything, get everything in there. So I think you want to be an instructor, probably, because that's a lot of good online work. You can also work for companies doing other things, but if you're new into cyber and you have some certifications, usually teaching boot camps, things of that nature, a little bit more in your wheelhouse before you start teaching like full-blown classes. But don't let me hold you back. If that's something that's not listed in your LinkedIn, then do that as well. But with all that being said, build that targeted resume, or I'm sorry, build that master resume, and then start to build targeted resumes for the jobs that you find. So a good place to start would be hired jobs. Pull it up real quick. So yeah, so hire, HIGHERED jobs.com. So higher education jobs or hired jobs. When you go there, you can build a profile and then you can search for part-time or adjunct positions. You can search based upon certifications. So you can put in Sec Plus, you put in Security Plus, you can put in CISSP, you can put in cyber, and then it'll list the jobs that are available online. Most of these are education jobs, right? Some of them are like freelance, like writing jobs. Some of them are like remote technician jobs. And then they list out the qualifications that are necessary to apply for such a job. I usually look at a lot of the teaching jobs, like your Kaplan, your WGU, some community college jobs. So I say all this to say that I've built them as a resume. I've built targeted resumes. I've applied to several positions because I'm also overseas. No bites yet, but you do get some feedback sometimes, let you know like, okay, I need to work on my resume, or they're looking for somebody who had more tenure. So again, we all have full-time jobs, right? So the crux of it is you're overseas, enjoy your time overseas. You do have an opportunity where you have more time. So definitely start to build that resume out. And then be comfortable with getting a lot of no's. Like you may get it, hit it out the park your first time, you might get a job. But because everything's so competitive and because your timelines are so constrained, with it, you being on the other side of the international date line, it may be a little bit harder for you to find a job at first. But just take those no's and let it motivate you to get a yes. Like I'm pretty excited for you, to be honest with you. Like you remind me of me, but you're like a decade ahead, right? So I didn't feel comfortable trying to work or teach in cyber outside of the military until I was already in my master's. So I believe that's where you're at already. But again, I think you're like a decade ahead of me. So hey, jump on it, get in there. Again, don't feel bad if you get no up front. Just keep trying. And then I listed go outside the box, right? So I looked through your profile. It says that you do some Japanese translation. So again, captive audience, right? So I've followed a bunch of YouTubers who are over in Japan, at least pre-pandemic, that were English teachers. So they didn't speak as much Japanese as the people obviously seeking how to learn English. So you can have enough combat Japanese under your belt where perhaps you could be an English teacher. And then that's a foot in the door where you can find out if they have an appetite for somebody who can also teach Security Plus or Net Plus, A Plus, whatever other certifications that you have that are listed here. If you are pursuing your master's, because I believe I saw that you had your bachelor's already, I know a lot of master's programs get you certs as well. So you might come across CEH, CHFI, things of that nature. So use all of those tools, just keep getting all that knowledge, and then the jobs will come. Just keep applying when you have the time. And if you don't, just keep building. And then once your preparation meets that opportunity, boom, you got it. So keep it up. Definitely keep in contact. Link up with me on LinkedIn. I'd like to see where your progress takes you. And then obviously it's LinkedIn is a living resume, so you might want to put a little bit more in it. Obviously be wary of OPSEC. Check mine out if you want some examples, but you have to give a little bit on LinkedIn to get a lot back to build your network. So with all that being said, thank you for your question. You're the very first question that I got to answer. Hopefully I'll get a lot more because of this one. I think you will help some people out because they probably have the same question you do. Remember to check us out. The podcast comes out every day throughout the week, so Monday through Friday, at the other side of the Firewall podcast. So we do a YouTube video as well as we do the actual podcast on your audio service of choice. Go to www.theothersideofthefirewall.com. It'll lead you to our LinkedIn, our Clubhouse, our TikTok, our everything. Comes off that one link. So thank you for your time. Stay safe, stay secure. Peace.